Day 2 of the 2012 iTech Show featured a Morning Presidents panel, which included panelists discussing the Chinese tire tariffs, increasing raw material costs, and rubber alternatives, and more.
Would anybody like to talk about some of the ramifications of how the market may change as a result of, let's start out with the tariffs actually coming off. John, do you have any thought on that?
Yeah, well, I think the industry was preparing for the tariffs to come off because the lack of information up until last few days ago wasn't coming out of the administration. But so I think a lot of people have reduced inventories on Chinese product in preparation for potentially lower pricing coming in. There's probably a lot of tires out on the water right now that are set to come in, in a couple of weeks and thereafter to get inventories back in line. So those tires are coming. Obviously the effect on pricing can vary depending on the manufacturer. There's a ton of Chinese manufacturers that are importing tires over here or exporting tires over here. And, if you look at what happened when the tariff was implemented, most of what we saw in the marketplace wasn't a full tariff price up. You had, in many cases, maybe half of the price of the actual tariff went up the first year. And it seems like that ratio has been fairly consistent throughout the 3 years of the tariff as the tariff had came down. So wherever that pricing comes in, I hear a lot of rumors. Is that 12%, 15%? Is it a little bit higher than that? I think it can vary. I think it's going to have to take time to work its way out if that happens. There is still some inventory and some inventory in a lot of different places, whether it's a distributor, manufacturers, whatever. As the lower price stuff comes in with the higher price, it may take a period of time for the real stable price, if we ever get to a stable price, for that to occur. So that would be if the tariff comes off. Obviously, if it doesn't come off, then you got a lot of tires coming in at potentially the tariff high price. So
let's talk about switching gears a little bit here. Another big issue are raw materials, and part of that, and why everybody in this room is interested, is because it's raised the price of tires pretty dramatically over the last few years. And one of the big pushes that I've noticed recently in the tire industry is there's a lot of companies out there looking for alternatives to natural rubber from rubber trees. I know John Bridgestone is working on Waiuli cultivation and research. I think he bought some land out in Arizona for a big plantation there. So can you tell us a little bit about what Bridgestone is doing in this area, and what is the motivation behind the push, and what do you hope to gain from all of this as a company?
Well, the motivation is obviously to have more future certainty on access to raw materials, to try to find better cost alternatives to current volatility in natural rubber, synthetic rubber over